welcome to my first episode of Say More podcast. This is your host, Francesca, and my very first guest today is one of my longtime best friend. I've known her for 13 years, literally, maybe longer. So I feel like I've known her more more than half of my life. And we're here today to just have a little yap session, really. And introducing one of my longtime best friends, Clara.
Hi, it's
Hi,
me.
guys. Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
It's an honor
Thanks,
to be here.
girl. Oh my gosh. So it was a really last minute request, but she turned up, y'all. She's here.
Of course.
She's here on a Saturday morning with me, which is really cute. But yeah, so today basically we'll be talking about, I don't know, just our friendship. All right, guys. So I have some questions for Clara today, of course, as the first episode of our podcast. But basically, we'll just do a quick introduction. Girl, tell us about yourself. Who are you?
I'm Clara, and what do I do? So I am an artist by trade.
Period.
I do digital art. I've done a couple of I've worked on like a couple projects for books. I do art commissions, all that stuff. But I was working freelance for like 3 years, but then I got bored, so now I'm back in my office job. But I still do. It gets lonely at home.
Yeah,
it gets lonely at home. And I'm back in my office job, and but I still do art on the side.
There
just
we
for some
go.
extra cash.
Yeah.
If I ever want to do digital art, I'll always go back. I can always go
Period.
back.
Yeah.
That's me. I have 4 sisters and brothers.
4 sisters in a wedding. Do you know that movie? You know that movie?
Yes, I do. I think I saw that movie just recently.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's
If you guys,
so sad.
yeah, it's so funny. But yeah, she's a little businesswoman herself. And it's just things going on for her. Period.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's. Thank you for the introduction.
Yes,
That's
thank you.
a little bit about Miss Clara Bell here. And yeah, so today we'll just basically be talking about like how we met, our friendship over the years, and then a big milestone for the both of us is we recently just moved. Well, I moved out to live solo. She moved to like an actual like proper ass nice house with her sister, and it's just it's been really just the whole place is so nice. It's so cozy. And so I guess we're in that similar season in our life where we're both out of home, and like when we met we were like, well, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but like I think we're both like somehow family oriented, so to do this together in this like season of our life is really it's been just so nice. So we'll talk about that, and then maybe I have some questions here and there as well. But yeah, so I guess we'll just start.
Let's go.
Okay.
I've been ready, girl.
Okay. Let's see. So like I said, we've been friends for, I would say, like half of our lives. So I guess we'll start about where and how we met.
Oh my god, where do we start, girl?
I can start it off.
Okay.
Yeah. So we met here in New Zealand, so in Wellington. When I first moved to Wellington, she was already there. We technically met as neighbors. So we were neighbors. My family, my mom and my sister moved to Wellington first for a few months, and then the rest of us moved. And basically it was like a 2-story house. And then they were living upstairs. And when my mom and my sister Alex moved, they found out there were Filipinos upstairs, and they found out they were Bisaya. They're from Cebu.
That's right. I was I think I remember hanging the clothes in the clothesline.
Yeah.
And then Tita Glo was like, "Are you Filipino?" She came out of nowhere, girl. She came out of nowhere, and I was like, "Yes."
Yeah.
So she came out with Alex and stuff. So
Yeah. So that's kind of like the introduction to like our families and stuff. But us too. So I moved here. That would be around May 2013. So, oh my gosh, 13 years ago.
It's more than a decade.
Oh my gosh, I think what's today? Is it the 17th? Oh my god, the 16th. So we got here the 17th of May. So that would have been 13 years ago.
Damn.
Wait, how's that how fitting? Okay, that's so funny. But yeah, and then basically when I moved, Mama was like, "Oh, there's someone upstairs, it's Filipino. You guys are the same age." And then my mom enrolled me at the same school as her. Shout out St. Cat's in Kilburn.
Period.
And yeah, so basically, I think to kind of make the transition easy for me, when my mom enrolled me, she was like, I think she asked if I could be put in the same classroom as you, so you can kind of help me out and stuff. And then long story short, that was kind of it. Like the rest is history.
I think we founded the Asian Mafia.
Yeah. So there was this like little Asian group full of Filipinos in our school at that time, and we kind of started that, and everyone just kind of, and I think we're the last two standing.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's kind of scattered, and some of them not friends anymore.
Yeah, we kind of drifted apart, but
not
yeah,
us.
Not
But my first. Okay, so we'll talk about like the first time we saw each other, right?
I don't like remembering.
Apparently, she doesn't remember, and then when she does, she's like, "Oh, I don't remember that," but. Yo, I remember it really good. So I remember, I think it was like day 2 when I first arrived.
Girl,
and
that point in my life, I don't want to remember it, so it's like out of my head.
She filtered it. So I remember it was like day 2 or 3 of me moving, and then like, I don't know, it was a weekday. And I just remember it being like maybe like afternoon, like after school, and I saw her walk, because there's this like window in my house where you can see people come in from the bus stop. And the back part is where she would come in to go to her house. So I would see someone go around. And so obviously I would see her come off the bus and like go around to her door. And I just saw her. And then like, I remember my mom saying there was someone my age. So I was like, I figured it was her. So I was like, hi. And she just like looked away and kept walking. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I think that same night was like, that same day was when my mom enrolled us to school. And so I remember, so our uniforms here in New Zealand, it's a bit like Harry Potter style. And so we had to wear like, neckties and stuff?
Yeah.
And so I remember that night or the day after, I went up to your room because my mom was like, oh, just ask them upstairs to see how you can put a necktie. And so I remember you showed us how to do it, and you were so fucking awkward. So she was just like putting it, and she was so awkward. And I was just like, yeah. And then from there, we kind of just started hanging out because obviously we were in the same class, and she kind of like showed me around, and yeah. Do you want to add anything to that? Did I miss any?
Girl, I'm not gonna lie. I was
she doesn't remember
edgy.
it. Yeah.
I was having my emo face.
She was having her emo face, literally.
I thought just ignoring people was cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then eventually she came out of her shell.
Yeah, I think she's helped me. She's really helped me come out of my shell because I was very secluded and very quiet.
Yeah,
so.
Which is really good because if you really get to know Clara, she's so funny. She's so funny.
Thank you.
But yeah, and then from there, I just remember us like hanging out all the time, like our bus rides home and to school would be. So I think in the mornings your mom would drive us to school.
Yeah, girl.
And then
oh my God, that was so fun. I think I remember one time they were a bit late and I got so upset and they got mad at me.
Oh really? Yeah. No, what I remember is when you played like Cher Lloyd's song and had like a bad word, and your mom like just gave you a lecture on the way to school, and you're like, why would you listen to something with bad words? Blah blah. It was so funny. Me and Atla were just in the backseat like, period.
But I mean, I've had that same situation where I was in the backseat and Tito
and my dad was yelling at us.
So girl, we've been through it all.
Exactly. Yeah, and then from there it was just like the rest is history. We were friends. We would travel here and there. I think Clara's like one of my only friends who I've traveled a lot with.
But we'll get to that.
Later. I got some follow-up questions.
Yeah.
So that's just a little like introduction about us. So our families are very good friends as well, which is really good. Mm-hmm. Her parents are still in Wellington. Her and her sister are here in Auckland with us.
I think Tita is Rena's grandmother.
Yes, yeah. I remember
her
that.
Only godmother.
No, literally, I remember that like same year when we first moved. I actually saw on my Facebook too, like a few weeks ago. It was like a few years, like those memories and stuff. But yeah, and so since our house downstairs was like more spacious than theirs upstairs, they used
got like 7 whole people living in a 3-bedroom house.
Yeah, and so they used our space downstairs for the baptism like lunch or something. And then my mom made the cake, and then my mom is her sister's godmother, which is so cutesy. Cool. So so that's just a little bit about us. So I think we'll just get straight into it, Right. Okay. So I guess in saying that though, what was your first impression of me? If she remembers, because this girl has really bad memory, you guys.
Remember. Like I said, I was when I was young, I was having my emo phase, girl, and
I
I
know.
told you that like ignoring people was like cool.
Yeah, it was
I don't
easier
know.
for you to do.
Yeah, I don't
than,
know.
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't know. I really did not think much of you at that time. I don't think.
Oh, no, but that's just really her. She doesn't, it's not like any ill intent to it. It's just she doesn't think deeply as we do, you guys.
It's okay. As I grow older, my mind is like fully developed.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, exactly.
But I don't know. I think back then I just thought of you as like another new girl.
Period.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
because
she
we
was.
we were the new girl. Me and Ate were the new girls in that school for
Honestly, I'm not gonna. I'm so sorry, girl. But my mom said, to like show her around and stuff, and I thought it was just tedious.
What do you mean?
I just didn't want to show people around.
Oh, yeah, I know. Because she was
like,
oh, she doesn't like doing tasks.
I don't.
Especially if it involves socializing.
Yeah,
so,
I don't.
That's so funny.
So I'm just like, oh, another person to show around.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
But she did her job. Yeah,
I
she
did
showed
my
me
job.
around. And yeah, from there I kind of met like friends as well from her.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Like I said, I don't like to think about that point in my life.
She said that wasn't me. That was
not me.
Patricia.
That was my demons.
Okay, so and I guess as well, so we've been friends for about 13 years now. What's one thing that you feel has never changed about our friendship?
I think your personality hasn't changed.
Period.
What else? I think our banter hasn't changed.
Yeah, I think it's always been the same.
Yeah, our humor has always stayed the same. What else?
And if you guys didn't know, when I moved to Wellington, I was only there for like maybe a year and a half, and then we moved back to the States. And so the rest of that friendship there for a good like 4 years was like long distance.
Yeah.
And I remember when Skype was still a thing, we'd like make an effort to actually like do Skype calls.
Yeah, video call. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like I feel the same. I feel like nothing's changed as well, like our personality and our
I feel
banters.
like our friendship is just one of those friendships that don't change. Like we could be long distance and we wouldn't talk for a long time and we'd still act the same.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just one of those friendships.
Yeah, it's like it's low maintenance.
Yeah.
You know, because even now, I mean, we live like how long? Like 15 minutes away from each other now. We've scheduled like monthly dates and stuff, and we see each other every now and then in between.
But she comes to my house.
Yeah, no, literally, if I just want to chill, I'll just go to her house. And I feel like things just never change between us. Like,
it's hard to really say what's changed and what stayed the same.
For sure.
Well, I mean, I feel like most of our friendship has stayed the same. It's just hard to say what's changed.
Yeah, because I feel no, I get that.
Yeah.
And I saw this thing a few months back as well. It was something about like her having this long-term best friend, and they've been friends for so long. But whenever she looks at photos of them, like she obviously sees that person like every now and then, but she's never seen like the changes physically because they're like, but then when they look back at photos of them from 13 years ago, they're like, wait, we were so young.
Yeah.
And like now we're like this age, and like I feel the same because when I saw that, I thought of her, and I was like, that's so true, because like I just never like noticed the changes like physically in person, but when I look back in the photos as well, I'm like, wait, we're so young.
Yeah.
And we've just been friends since then.
Yes, ma'am.
But yeah, so like if you would ask me, that I feel the same, and like Clara would be like one of the few friends who like knows me really well and that I can go to for anything. So
period.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess that's just we've talked about our friendship from like having a long-term friendship. I guess we'll dive deeper into it. Let's see, what should we talk about? Do you have any questions to start with? Or
no, I think I'm good.
She said she's good.
Carry on. Keep it up.
You'll do it. Okay, so we'll talk about just like I guess continue the discussion about like our friendship evolving to what it is now. So like we said, we're really only in that year that I lived in Wellington, she also moved away to Upper Hutt, or was it Lower Hutt?
It was Upper Hutt.
Yeah, to move because I think they they bought a business there, so they moved out like so far from us, and so we were only in the same class for maybe like a year and some change. And then she moved, and then I moved back to the States, and then when I came back, I was in Wellington for like a year, and then moved to Auckland, and then she followed like a year later. So we weren't really in that same space for a really long time until like maybe a few years ago. How do you think our friendship survived this long?
I feel like honestly, I feel like the first year that we started getting to know each other, we just clicked.
I think so too.
And
we're so opposite.
Yeah,
and
because I'm a bit of a geek and a nerd, and she's more like, what are you into?
Like pop culture.
Yeah, all that stuff. I'm not really into pop culture. We're, like I said, we're very opposite.
Yeah.
And the more we spoke, the more we just clicked, and I feel like the rest is history. Like it's just one of those friendships, like I said, that are just like I feel like that you just click and that's it. Like,
that's it, and everything just follows.
Yeah,
I think so too. And like I said earlier, it's like very low maintenance. And I feel like that's one of the best friendships. You know, like you don't have to put effort, obviously, but like you're not always like pressuring yourself to like do everything together, because like when we hang out, we just kind of pick up where we left off. And then
she knows that I'm a bit of an introvert and I like my personal space, so that's
what
I like about her, because you know there are people that, I mean, not to say that this is a bad thing, but there are people that need more attention and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but I appreciate that about her.
Yeah. Okay. Period. Yeah. Okay. And of course, you know, not in that 13 years, not everything was like butterflies and like, you know. Did you ever feel like you've outgrown each other temporarily?
Outgrown? In what way?
I don't know. Like, did you ever feel like, oh, this friendship's not worthy anymore? Like,
no.
I'm okay. Okay, period.
Actually, when we fight, girl, I'm like, now hold on, why is this bitch my friend? And then I'm like, okay, now stop, Clara.
We don't fight that much, actually. We have those little like disagreements, right? And then we kind of just like, you know what, whatever. Like, you have your own opinions, I have mine. But then we always come back to like, you know, and I guess we can always talk it out. That's the thing about us as well. Like, it's easy. Like, I know. And we'll get to this later. We'll get to this later, the Taiwan and stuff.
I thought we were gonna bring that up. I was like,
that was, I think, one of like the, not intense, but that was like just the funniest like disagreements that we've had.
That's the thing, like our arguments don't get too intense.
No, it doesn't.
Compared to the ones that I've seen.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing, we rarely argue. But when we argue, I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to explain, but like that one, and we'll talk about that later. That was just like I just straight up told her, I was like, girl, like we're tired, but like I'm tired too, but we're trying to get to the next place, and like it was just but that's a later story. I don't think personally, I don't think I've outgrown or felt like I've outgrown our friendship as well. But like she said, she is a bit of an introvert, and there is this phase in our life a few years ago where she didn't reach out.
Yep.
And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm tired. Like, if you're not gonna reach out, I'm gonna just let you be. We didn't talk for 8 months. We didn't talk and see each other for 8 months. And I think randomly, like one day, it was either her that messaged me. And she was just like, girl, do you want to go? Like, something like that. And then I was like, oh, so now you want to hang out. You know? But yeah. But yeah, I think it's just like that. It was just that time in our lives where it was like weird. And and for her, she doesn't think of it as anything else as well. Like for her, it was just like a normal day. Like she didn't realize like,
because I feel like like you said, our relationship is very low maintenance.
Yeah.
So I took that like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like okay, like I don't have to reach out. She don't reach out. We didn't see each other for 8 months.
Yeah.
But then
that's on me.
Yeah, that was on her. And then I did tell her as well, like how I felt.
Yeah,
I
we
was
talked
like,
about it.
Yeah, we did.
We talked about it in Taiwan too.
Yeah, and I was just like I understand that was like that's your personality, but I wish you understand like you know like friendship goes both ways, like every other relationship. And then from there everything was okay. Like see, like communication is key, you guys, you know, like it doesn't have to be confrontational or anything. Like it's just like a simple conversation. And I feel like a lot of friendships can survive if that conversation takes place, you know what I mean? But we're not gonna get into that. Okay, so that's just a little bit about our friendship, and it's like there's a big lore to it as well. I wouldn't say lore, but like there's just a lot of history, and obviously we have a lot of mutual friends, and Yeah, it's just, yeah, we kind of like know like the history of each other's like lives from the point we met. So I guess we'll talk about like one of the biggest things and transitions in our life right now. So for me, if you guys didn't know, I recently moved out to live solo. Clara moved out from home maybe like 4 years ago. She
Yeah,
moved
something
to
like that.
Auckland.
Yeah.
And then she lived with like flatmates or cousins, and now it's just her and her sister, which is so exciting for her. But it's still like that, I guess, that change or that transition in our life where like we're really just away from our family. Like, you know,
Yeah.
especially her. Like her family's like a few hours from here because like drive. How has that been for you? Like just living away.
I like it. I mean, you know that I come from a big family.
She does, yeah.
I have 4 younger siblings. I'm the oldest,
Mm-hmm.
and my dad is very like he's very strict, and he's very like, yeah, everything needs to be done exactly how he wants it to be done. And yeah, I feel like, I mean, I miss my family, but at the same time it's nice to have my own space. I mean, I still live with my sister, so that
Yeah.
family aspect is still there. So I guess in a way don't feel as homesick because my sister is here.
Yeah, like a little bit of home
Yeah.
is with you,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
But I do miss my other siblings. I
Yeah.
do. Coming from someone who has lived in chaos, it's weird to say that I do miss the chaos.
Yeah, no, I still get that because I think that's where I'm at with this adjustment period of moving out. And especially I live by myself, and I live with my sister's sister and sisters a few years ago. So this move was completely like, it felt weird and it felt different. It felt lonely, or it feels lonely at night because like it gets so silent, like quiet here, and it's just me. And then so I completely understand what Clara is saying when she says, you know, she's not as homesick now because she has her sisters with her. I think that's how I felt when I first moved out, but that was with my sisters compared to now, because now I'm just like, oh my gosh, like it's just me, like, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, who can, like, of course I miss my mama's food.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly.
I miss my mama's food.
Yeah.
And what else? Yeah, I just miss the vibes, I guess. But
Yeah.
yeah.
But it is an exciting time, right? Like to kind of like be independent and like
For sure.
you know.
I've definitely learned a lot growing up.
What's been your biggest like learning curve with moving out?
Girl, where do I start? Like, I had to do the insurance myself.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know that electricity and water, you have to pay that separately. It comes
In New
with the-
Zealand, at
I thought it
least,
comes
yeah.
with the rent.
Yeah. Girl, it don't. It
Yeah,
don't.
and then what else? Yeah, I have to be smart with my groceries and my money. Back when I was still living with my parents, I wasn't paying rent, so I kind of just like splurged on whatever I wanted, because like growing up, my parents were very strict on like money, so like whatever I wanted, they're like, oh, do you really need that? All
Yeah.
that stuff. So yeah.
So when you had your freedom, you were like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't need to ask them.
Like, it's just
I got
here.
my own money. So yeah, obviously I learned how to be more smarter
Yeah.
with money.
Yeah.
And what else?
And it was different because like you said, at home you did have all that like freedom with her money because you know, she didn't have the rent to pay, like she didn't have her bills. But compared to like moving out, you do have extra freedom, I would say. But now you have bills and responsibilities to pay. Like, how different was that?
Exactly. It's very different. Like there are times when I would think about being like at home and just like, I love being babied, but like now that I'm an adult, it's like adulting.
Yeah, that's it. That's so true.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt guilty though for like wanting independence?
A little bit, because I do have younger siblings, and my mom is very frail, and I feel like there are times when I feel guilty because she is frail and she needs help with my siblings. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's that's where the guilt
Stems from.
Yeah.
Period! Stems from! This is our normal conversation. We kind of just bounce off of each other when we're together. It's so funny. But yeah, no, I feel that because for me, I think that was the biggest. Oh, it still is the biggest adjustment that I have to address from. It's like that, like just understanding like it's not you're not selfish. You know, don't feel guilty for wanting this for yourself. And my mom has also told me that so many times. She's like, girl, like, why are you feeling this way? Like, we're, you know, you're old enough and we're here, we're supporting you. Like, don't feel guilty. Like, no one's making you feel guilty but yourself, you know? But I guess it's just me. It's a me thing. And for me, it's the same. Like, my mom, I would say like my parents are getting old, right? And so I feel like my thinking is I should spend more time with them. But then I'm like, girl, if I don't do this now, like, when can I do it, you know?
Yeah, it's like you can't be too comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. And I was really comfortable there. And so, like, yeah, and since moving out, I've had my fair share of the learning curves and stuff.
Yep.
And it's only been 5 weeks, you guys. So I completely agree. You learn so much when you move out, whether that's by yourself or with, you know, other people. Just moving out of home really teaches you a lot of things. And I feel like everyone should experience it at least once in their life. Yeah, and I feel like so far the move now compared to the move I did before has been completely different. So if you ever get the privilege to ever move by yourself, definitely try it because it's very different. It's freeing.
You'll learn a lot of stuff,
and you'll learn a lot about yourself as well, which is good because I've definitely learned a lot about how I just, you know, go with life. And yeah, it's been an adjustment, but we're getting there. Okay. So I guess now, since, you know, you have your new home here, but you also have your home in Wellington, what does home mean to you?
Oh, so we're getting into the deep questions. I think home is where the heart is. What is home? That's a very good question.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about that.
When you think about home, like, what comes to your head?
For me, it's being comfortable. Like, I don't know. Just being able to live my life without any restraints, I suppose.
Period.
Because it's like I struggled with, like, you know how I was because I was jumping from house to house every year.
Yeah, she really was. Yo, I've been in Auckland longer than her. I've only moved twice.
Yeah.
This girl moves so many
like every year.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been able to find home. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But actually, that's so true.
Yeah.
Even in Wellington, she moved like a few times.
Yeah. I haven't been able to find home.
Yeah.
Like, I had this conversation with my sister as well, where we're just like, there's just, this place doesn't feel home to me, all that stuff. Like, so yeah, but right now, the house that we are currently living at, like, it feels like home. Like, I feel comfortable.
Good.
I don't feel like I need to, like, look out for anyone or something. I don't know, because, well, we'll get to that.
yeah.
We'll get to that, but yeah, it's just a nice, cozy place. Like, I feel relaxed. I feel
That's good. Your nervous system is relaxed.
Exactly.
It's calm.
Yeah, it's calm. And like back then, I wasn't looking forward to going home.
Yeah.
After work, but now every time I go to work, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to go home.
I know.
And as soon as I clock in, I'm like, oh, wait to go home.
She's gonna be late for home. And she's so funny because she wakes up. She goes to work really early so she can come home early.
Yeah.
And have longer time at home.
I do live further than my old house.
Yeah.
Than my old house, but I really don't mind. I did ask my boss, because my boss is so lovely. I love her. I've been blessed to have really good bosses.
Yeah. And it really makes a big difference, you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
It's a very chill workplace, and I have enough time to actually do my own hobbies and like work on other projects and stuff.
That's good.
So, but yeah, even though I live further, I don't mind. Like, I asked my boss if I could work earlier, so I can leave earlier to avoid the traffic. Because Auckland traffic, y'all,
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
But yeah.
Well, that's good to hear you're like comfortable. You found like home in a sense now.
Yeah.
And I hope it stays that way for you.
Yeah, and my sister is there. I have a part of family with me.
Yeah.
And like I got my dog.
She lives in a really nice house, you guys, and she put so much effort in like decorating.
Yeah, and we have a little we have like 3 fruit trees, y'all. So
Oh yeah,
those are coming.
Yeah, and it's like citrus like season now, so
Yeah,
her lemons and mandarins and whatever is
Yeah.
ready to be.
Exactly.
You know,
so, yeah, I
shared.
guess just home is just I think it's like it's more like a physical sense to me, just like a place to relax and like calm.
That's
calm
good. And I feel like with like how things are going now with like social media and stuff, it's really important that your nervous system is relaxed.
Exactly.
You guys. Like,
I'm getting old.
Yeah, it's just such a fast-paced life that we live in now. Like, we don't need that really nervous system, you know?
Period.
Yeah, okay. And I guess just one last question about the moving out and this, like, you know, transition that's facing our life right now. What's your, I guess, what's the word?
You got it in your notes.
I'm saying, what would you tell somebody that's about to move out? Like, what's something nobody prepares you with moving out that you wish more people knew about?
Well, it's not easy. You really have to be smart with your money.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the biggest. It's the money.
And just what did I learn? Because when I was moving with my cousins, I had help. Like, I had other people's help, but with me and my sister, I felt like I needed to do the leading because I was the oldest sister. I am the oldest sister, so I did most of the planning and stuff. I guess if the home speaks to you.
Period.
Oh, and I guess learn to bargain with the landlord.
Oh yeah, I helped her bargain because she was about to pay like this big ass like rent. Well, the rent was okay, but she has a dog and she was about to pay like a bond. So
A pet bond.
yeah, pet bond, and on top of that, the house bond and like 2 weeks rent in advance. Like, long story short, they were about to put down like almost $5,000 just for the move, the house, to secure it. And I was like, girl. And then long story short, I told her just ask. And you guys, like, the landlord really likes them, and so she was like, okay, how about no pet bond and cheaper rent? So basically, it saved them like almost half of that money.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I didn't know that was possible until she brought it up because we were having our monthly date.
That's my
she
because
brought it up and I was like, I was so nervous because like, oh,
I know she wasn't gonna do. I was like, girl, give me your phone. But no, she did, and she and her landlord's really nice.
Yeah, so if you, I guess, live in if you're planning to rent a place and the what was it? There's no what do you call it? Property manager. It's the landlord that advertises the place. I guess talk to your landlord.
Yeah, and even
it's never bad. to
No,
ask.
exactly, and
It doesn't hurt
that's my life motto, you guys. It's like, if you don't ask, you'll never know. You know, the answer will always be no if you don't ask. And yeah, and so they basically got like half off for the move, which is really good. And so they had more money to put towards their like decorations and furniture and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So I really like that. What is it, like, piece of advice for someone who's moving out?
That was that just came out of nowhere. I didn't realize I could do that, but I was like, oh my god, you know what, you're right, it doesn't hurt to ask.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
Period.
that's a
It might
piece of
be
advice.
like very nerve-wracking, but like I said, if you don't ask, you'll never know.
Yeah,
So.
exactly.
Okay, so I brought up earlier that we, you know, in our 20s now, we've started traveling together. So one of my biggest backpacking trips, my first one actually, when we did Southeast Asia, Clara joined me because what was the back story? So it was supposed to be just me going on that little backpacking. It was going to be my first ever solo trip. And then I was going to go do like Southeast Asia, like the usual Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia, Philippines trip. But suddenly she was like, wait, I want to come. And why was that?
So on the day that I asked, I was actually having closure, breaking up with my boyfriend.
And it's funny because I've been asking her to come with me, and at that time she was in uni, but I just moved to New Zealand, so my uni I did like a university prep, and that finished that like month, and so I was basically free for 6 months. So I was like, wait, I can just work, and I want to like travel for a month, and I've been asking her to come, and she was like, no girl, I got like uni, blah blah blah. And then obviously, suddenly she got her heart broken, and she was like, actually, let me book this. She came over to my house after her closure, like
that was so awkward, girl. Yeah, so before I went to her house, because I told her that I was having closure with my boyfriend ex. So yeah, we had closure, and then I was like heartbroken, and so I went straight to her house. I went a beeline for her house. I said, I just had closure. I'm so sad. She's like, do you, yeah, well, I'm doing a backpacking throughout Southeast Asia. So I was like, can I come?
Yeah, I actually booked her like ticket on the spot.
Yeah,
that was it.
On the spot.
Literally on the spot. And I was like, okay, girl, book right now. And she did. And then I think she booked it maybe like 2 months before we had to leave. It wasn't even long.
Yeah.
But she was like,
but either way, the flights back then were so cheap.
Yeah, it was so cheap. I remember, I think
we booked it together, didn't we?
No, we did book it together. Yeah, so we booked it on the spot because I told her I'm gonna book it this week.
Yeah.
Let me know if you're gonna come or not. And then she just came over to my house after a little closure.
And girl, after that, I stopped crying.
Yep, she literally did. She said, "No, never again."
Yeah.
And so that was our first trip together. What can you recall from that trip?
Oh my god, girl, I had a fun time. Bus, train, club.
Bus, club, train, another plane. That was our itinerary, actually.
We were 19, and you know, when you're 19, you just want to be crazy.
Yeah, but it's so funny you said that because obviously after that we've been on a few more trips together, and you guys, our itineraries have changed because we didn't even have bars in any of our itineraries, with the recent one too. But with the first, like the Southeast Asia one, we had bus, train, club, another club, and like I think it was maybe 30 days of traveling. It wasn't even long, but we went to so many places,
and we partied like hell.
We got like,
I think every night we went to a bar.
Yeah, and to drink. Yeah, even if it was just to kind of like unwind from the day, like we had a drink every night, you guys. Yeah. I think about it, it's so funny. Yeah, but also that trip was so fun, but it was tiring because
oh my god, especially the island hopping, girl. I had the time of my life.
That was really fun. Yeah, that was so fun.
I could not remember most of it.
Yeah,
I was blacked out. I think one time
we went to the full moon party in Koh Phangan in Thailand.
I remember very vaguely. I remember after because they were selling these
the buckets,
girl, and I had like 3.
Yeah, that was so good.
I was like, God.
Yeah, the Koh Phangan full moon party, it's basically it happens once a month, 12 to 13 times a year, and yeah, but basically the name says it. It's like a full moon party. So whenever they have the full moon, like,
and then we would wear like, what do you call those?
Neon shirts. Yeah. And so we bought like neon shirts that morning because we didn't obviously pack for it. We knew we were gonna go to the party, but we're like, we'll just buy it there. And we had like paintings all over our body, and we met
those glow in the dark paintings.
Yeah,
all that stuff.
Yeah, and we met some friends from our hostel, so we went together as well, which was really cute.
Like
Canadians, yeah. Oh my god, I forgot about her. Vanessa, I think is her name.
I remember because I remember in that hostel. You guys were fighting over the AC.
Because okay, guys, if you don't know, I get hot easily. I really do. And there's this like it wasn't the Canadian love Vanessa, if that was her name. There's this one girl who kept turning the AC off in the room, and it was boiling hot. So
she was American.
Yeah, and so I would of course she was. And so I would get out of my like bunk and turn it on, and she would turn it off. So it was just like a back and forth.
Girl, and because we were in the same bunk, I was like at the top.
Yeah,
I would hear you going creak, 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 and I'll be like waking up like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And it's just like, this bitch.
I know. Oh my gosh. And so yeah, I forgot how it ended, but that was it. But yeah, and so that we tried to put so many places in the itinerary to like see as much as we can, and I just remember being tired, but it was like I had a time of my life. Like we went to so many waterfalls. Oh my gosh, we went up, like we hiked on the motorcycle.
Girl, I think about that all the time.
Really? Me too.
it's a small hut. Okay, so it was wet.
Yeah.
And we were having trouble going up a hill because it was all muddy. Yeah. And it would get stuck on the wheels. And there was a little hut nearby. And so we were having trouble because the motorcycle would keep sliding down. And then some man comes out of the hut.
And he was like, it was a foreigner.
Yeah. It was some white
and he was living in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, and I fully thought it was going to be some Thai guy.
Yeah.
But no, it was some white guy. And
yeah, that was so random. We just came
European.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I remember, and then we fell because I remember that was like I learned how to ride a motorcycle back in the Philippines, so I kind of knew, but like
and I didn't know how to ride.
Yeah,
a
and so
motorcycle.
we could only ride one because like obviously she wouldn't be on a bicycle on a building, you know.
And we're like short, right?
Yeah.
So like she said that as soon as we stop, hop off.
Yeah, no, listen, I was like, Clara, if I say baba.
There was this one time that it scratched my leg.
Yes, we were looking for the secret beach. That was before the full moon party, and then I think like because that was my first time driving someone like with someone behind me, but we didn't have a choice because like
yeah, I can't ride a motorcycle.
Yeah, and so she was behind me, and I think like I don't know, we were kind of like off balance or something, and. Yeah, we both fell and someone helped us. I think we fell like 3 times. I remember coming down from the waterfalls and we fell as well. And then this guy came out of his car to help us up. And then it was the hut situation, like we couldn't go up. Yeah. And then I was like, hello, is someone there? And then like the guy from the hut came out and helped us. Yeah,
I think he told us his story.
Yeah, can't remember.
I think it's about something about how he wanted to live a simple life.
That's why he was there. Yeah. But when I think about all these like stories, I'm like, I would never do that again. Like I'm so careful now. Like I would still get on a motorcycle, but like I don't know. When you're younger, really, you really don't know what the consequences are and like how dangerous something is. Because like I don't know, but I feel like you have to live it once. Though.
I think it's after Japan when we started like feeling because in Japan, every night we would have a drink.
Yeah, but then we're like, dang, like we just.
And then we went to China and we're like girl naps every day.
Like our non-negotiable in the itinerary was not the bars; it was having a nap. Like we're like, okay, like we'd go out in the morning, but we have to come back to the hotel like between like 2 to 4 just to like either roll on our phone or like just nap, you know. And it'd be so hot anyway, so it was a good time to rest. But like, that's so funny.
Yeah, those were the best naps of my life,
no,
girl.
literally.
But like Chongqing,
if you guys haven't been to Chongqing, we went recently last year, and it was so fun. Like, there's so much to do there. Yeah. So that was that. So we've been traveling we've been to what, like 9 countries together now?
Yeah,
something like that. So we've all traveled together, and I think my main thing with traveling with someone is you have to know you're compatible with traveling with that person. Like just because you've been friends for so long doesn't mean you're compatible with traveling, you know. And it goes to like couples and like whatever as well. I feel like we're somewhat compatible. So I basically planned the whole trip, and she just kind of shows up, you know. Which has worked because I'm very like I like to plan and organize things. Just very easy going, so it makes things easier as well.
I am very go with the flow kind of person. So whatever she wants to do, and she asked me what I want to do. So
we kind of like
as long as it's in the plan,
so
in the itinerary.
Balance, and so I'm like, well, tell me what you want to do, and I'll put it in the itinerary. So it's kind of like a balance of both. But. Should we talk about Taiwan?
Let's talk about Taiwan.
Okay, guys. So we just had to fix the camera a little bit. Anyway, so where did we? What was? Taiwan.
Yes.
Okay, guys. Tell us about Taiwan, girl.
Okay, so I have issues with the heat. And I know I grew up in a tropical country, but being in New Zealand for a very long time has made me. I guess I've gotten used to the cold, so I cannot stand the heat.
Yeah.
And when I am hot and sweating, I get upset, and it was scorching in Taiwan.
It really was.
Yeah.
And guys, Taiwan is beautiful. By the way,
I think it was peak summer.
Yeah.
So like the sun was like at its best.
Yeah. It was peak.
It was peak summer. So we went to what's it called?
Jinfu
Street?
Jinfu Street.
Yeah, something like that.
It's one of the most.
Yeah.
It's one of the popular places in Taiwan.
This is not Taiwan's fault. I
Yeah.
love Taiwan.
Yeah.
It's the heat, girl.
Yeah.
Like,
and the night before, I think, because she didn't have enough sleep as well the night before. We're just, like,
and she
yapping.
had what do you call it? Not
Oh, no,
tuberculosis.
tonsillitis.
Tonsillitis. Tonsillitis.
Tonsillitis.
Tonsillitis.
I went to the doctor the day before.
Tonsillitis or something, and I didn't get enough sleep the night before.
And she needs her 9 hours.
Yeah,
Now we know.
Just a fan fact.
Okay.
A fun fact about me. A fun fact about me is I need to get my 9 hours or else I will be tired as fuck and I will be grumpy.
Yeah.
So one, I can't stand the heat. I get upset. I get grumpy, and that also applies to me not having 9 hours of sleep. That's just me. I don't know. That's just how my body is.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, all of those applied to that day.
It was a combination of all how many did she mention.
Yeah, and so I think at some point I started feeling a little sick, and oh my god.
Okay, so basically, we went to that place in I think Jinfu Station or something.
Jinfu Street or something like that. Yeah,
and then
the Studio Ghibli, like
so it was so like beautiful, but it was so crowded though. Like it was very touristy.
I think, that's what
that triggered it. I think.
that triggered it as well, because like not only was it hot, it was crowded. It was super
crowded.
hot.
And I feel like if you go to Taiwan, like it's a must see. You have to go there. But like if you're visiting again, I wouldn't go back, honestly. Like it's very touristy. It is very pricey inside as well. But so basically it was very crowded. Everyone was like elbow
and I
to
was
elbow.
very overwhelmed.
Yeah.
The fact that I didn't have enough sleep, I was hot, it was crowded.
Yeah.
There were a lot of steps.
Yeah.
There were a lot of stairs.
And then people like blocking her, so we'd have to wait. Like it was hard. It was challenging.
It was overwhelming for me.
And then what happened was so we finished visiting that place, and like we were already like I could tell she was already like she wasn't having it, and obviously
because I was not talking.
Yeah, so I was like fuck, and then and so you know me, I need to get my photos taken, and so I needed her to go down the steps and take my photos, and I could tell she was already like she was not having it, but I was like, girl, we're already here, like please take my photo. So we took a few photos, but then she was tired, and then we tried to find a cafe to like kind of like cool down.
Yeah.
And then the only cafe that wasn't as busy, they only served hot tea. And I'm like, well, we're not gonna have hot tea, yo. We need bubble tea, like cold.
Yeah.
And I think we sat down to have that mango shaved ice. That was really yum.
Yeah, that was good. But that was like
that was before.
That was the first few minutes.
Yeah, that was the first few minutes when we got there, because we were like overwhelmed. I was like, shit, there's so many people here. Let's sit down for a little bit.
Yeah, and it was a very narrow street.
Yeah. And then I think when we were ready to go, we were looking for a bus, and like it's so busy there, and like it was so confusing on the maps. And so I was navigating, she was just following, but like we had to cross the street so many times and then back down because we couldn't figure out which like bus stop it was.
And it was up the hill.
It was up the hill. We were down, and so I was like, shit. I was like, Clara, I think we have to go up there. And so she was like, oh my god. And so basically, she wasn't complaining, but like she just wasn't having it. And so like, I think
because like I know me, I don't like to make it bad. Like I don't like to make the experience bad for others because I'm upset.
She was just quiet.
So I was just quiet. Like if I'm quiet, like I don't.
Yeah, and then so we crossed the street back up, and like she was so slow, and I was like, Clarence, come on, like we have to, like the bus is coming.
Clarence, come on.
Yeah, and then I think she just like said like no, she was just like she was not having it, and I was kind of annoyed now, and so I told her, I was like, Clara's like, I get you're tired. I'm tired too, and I'm hot, but like, we need to find the bus stop, girl. And I was like, we just have to. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you just sick. I know, like, we can rest later. So I told her, and she was like, she just got quiet. And so we finally, I was like, can't you name bus? Like, the bus is here. So we got in, and then we were like both quiet, and she was quiet, and then suddenly she was like, I don't think I'm gonna go to the next place. I want to go back to the hotel. And so I was like, in my head, I was like, you know what? Let me not force her. She's tired. Like, so she basically
I Ubered there, girl. I could not stand that.
So we got off, and then like that literally where we got off was where you take the next bus, and she couldn't like figure it out because I did it before for us, and so I took the train because I still wanted to see the next place, and so she like stood there like waited for the thing.
So I was like, fuck this shit. I don't want to be around people.
And she didn't tell me until the day after when we were okay that she took the Uber because she didn't want to admit she couldn't take the bus. She paid like $50. She was like, I don't care. Like she was so tired.
And to be fair, I bought like a lot of money there.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
like,
she did. She
like,
did.
When I said
She
I
was
was
my sugar
splurging,
mama, and when
yeah,
we were
girl.
in China, she paid the Uber.
Yeah, girl. I think we had this conversation. Like, she was like, because I was talking to her about like how much I paid and stuff. Like, she's like,
Yeah.
oh no, that doesn't it doesn't cost that much. And I'm
Yeah.
like, girl, you wouldn't know. You didn't pay.
I was like, sorry, yeah, you're right. Because if you guys didn't know, I went on like a 5-month trip around the world, and so when we were together in China and Taiwan, it was like my first month, and so I was like, girl, I still have so many countries left to go, and like we kind of made an agreement, like I'll pay for the coffee in China, and then she paid for the Uber,
And I paid for her Disneyland.
Oh yeah, well, no, Universal.
Oh, was it Universal?
Yeah, Universal.
Yeah,
For some reason, it was so expensive in China. I don't know why.
No, it wasn't that
It was
expensive.
400 per person, girl. You paid
was it?
800. See, she doesn't even know. Like, I don't know why it was so
'Cause
expensive.
I
Beijing.
have a holiday account, girl.
Yeah.
I put a lot of money in
Yeah,
there.
she did.
Yeah.
And that was one of her, like, she wanted to go Universal, but I was
Because
like,
I'm a very, like, I love theme parks.
yeah.
I love
yeah.
theme parks.
But I told her, I was like, I would love to, girl, but for 400, like, that's my next flight to my next country.
Don't worry, I got
And
you.
she was like, don't worry, girl, I got you. I said, say less.
I was like, yeah. I was like, no, I want to go here.
Yeah, so
it's
she
fine.
paid-
I'll pay.
She paid for my Universal in China.
Yeah, and it
Period.
was fast pass.
We'd see everyone like line up. It was like so hot. We'd be like, see you guys.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, Taiwan. That was that. And so she waited there, like took the Uber. I went to the next place, and then like
Yeah, and I slept throughout that whole
yeah,
Uber
and
trip,
so
girl.
Yeah, and so she went back to the hotel, and like I had, I had my own like little date with myself. Came back to the hotel maybe like 7. And then we usually go out for dinner, and like Taiwan is known for the night markets. And so I was like, I came back and she wasn't answering, and I was like, shit, like, is she okay? And it turns out she was showering. And then as soon as she opened the door to the hotel, it was so like awkward. She was like, just quiet. And she was, I don't know, it was just weird. I was like, this is not her. I was like, oh, she's still in the mood. Like, let me just. And so she got
No,
ready.
because I think I was still on my period too.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And then she got dressed.
Girl,
got in the bed.
I was feeling it.
Yeah,
Like,
she got in the bed, and then I was like, I'm gonna go out for dinner. Like, do you want to come? Do you want me to bring you anything? She was like, no. She was quiet. I was like, okay. I was like, okay, well, just let me know, like, So I just left. So I kind of just let her be. Like, I gave her own space, and then and like I had dinner and stuff. I came back, she was asleep. And then like I took a shower, and then like that was it. Like she just wasn't, And the next day,
No, I think that was the same night. We went out for dinner that same
no,
night.
we didn't. And that was the next day. We went
Oh,
to
was it? We went
Taipei, like the
101.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hooters. That was the next day.
Oh, was it next
yeah.
day? Oh, I
Because
don't know.
I remember the next day it was like we woke up and it was just like I was like morning. Like I was like kind of like just making the situation light, and then she was like morning. Like she was still in her mood. Like I think she was a bit embarrassed to like get out of the mood.
Yeah, I was too.
Because I know this bitch so well. And then and then I was like, okay, like this is the plan for today. I think we gave ourselves like a rest, like some rest in the morning. We left like maybe like for dinner now. Oh, and also our hotel room didn't have windows, so I think that
girl.
contributed to like us like just
Yeah, girl, we don't know what time it was. We
waking up at
don't
like
know the
afternoon, but it was like the cheapest and it was like central. It was nice, but it didn't have windows. So anyways, woke up like afternoon, so we left. We Ubered some food. And I remember like Ubering the food was so awkward because she did it herself on her own little app, and I did it like it was just funny. It was it was weird. So I just let her be. And then for dinner, like we went to Hooters so we could see the view of the Taipei 101 building. And then I think that's where I kind of like I was like, you know what? Let me just break the ice because I guess
no, it was on the way.
on the way.
Yeah,
So
on
we
the
were
way.
in the Uber, and then I made a joke or something, and then we kind of just laughed. And like that was it. And then I was like, "Oh, I know you're okay now." And then she just said, "Yo, girl, I'm so sorry."
I was like, I don't know what came over me.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
And then that was it. And so we had dinner, and we kind of just like the rest is
Yeah.
history. We kind of just had fun.
That's basically how our arguments go.
Yeah, no, literally. But I just know her so well.
It's
She
like
just needs
it's like
her
a
little.
sister thing where
Yeah.
like you argue and then the next day you're like, okay,
Yeah.
okay, so what do you
That's
want?
fine. Yeah. But that was it. And I think about that, and it's like one of the funniest times ever. And I feel like it was just yesterday, but that was almost a year ago. Oh my gosh, that was August.
Yeah, it was a year
That's
ago.
crazy. Yeah.
Almost a year ago, yeah.
But anyway, so that's basically just a gist of our travels, guys, and that was a recent one. Hopefully we get to go to more countries together. I think
Latvia.
Latvia. We asked like this online generator, like where would you go next? It kept saying Latvia, so maybe we'll go to Latvia. I don't know.
Yeah,
Who
girl,
knows?
I was
So-
like, what's in Latvia? I don't
I
know,
know.
but we'll see.
And I think our next plan is hopefully to go to the Nordics together.
yes.
It's just so expensive and like it's so far from us, and we have like some trips planned individually, so we're kind of like just trying to find the right time for that. But hopefully we get to go to the Nordics
Yeah, the
soon.
Nordics is
It'll be very
definitely
expensive
on
and
the list.
oh yeah. So anyway, so just to close off some things and like, you know, kind of wrap up everything today. Let's see. So now obviously we're in our 20s and we've known each other for so long since we were teens. Do you have any advice for people in their 20s just trying to make it out, navigate life?
20s. Honestly, I'm still navigating my 20s myself. So
Same.
it's just don't be afraid to seek help and don't be shy, I suppose. Like another great like I said, like she said, great advice would be to like it would never hurt to ask.
Yeah, and it applies to everything in life, you know?
Exactly. And just live your life to the fullest.
Yeah, that's really it. No, literally.
Like, if you don't feel comfortable with something, you don't have to stay doing that thing. Like, just make sure that you live your life to the fullest.
For
and,
sure.
Like, I mean,
and I feel like your 20s is like the time to do that.
Remember that things don't have to go according to plan.
And sometimes things are better when it doesn't go to plan, you know, like the outcome of things. And you'll never know unless you try.
Exactly, period.
That's so true.
Yeah, and I guess make sure to make time for yourself. It's not always about work. There's a lot of people like, especially in this economy, like all you think about is work.
Yeah.
Make sure that you have time for yourself and like your hobbies and stuff. And I guess this is always an advice to myself, like the advice I always give to myself is just like you can always in regards to work, like you can always make your hobby your job.
Oh, I love that. And I feel like that's so important too, because like work takes up the majority of our time.
Yeah.
So it's important that you enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
And you don't think of it as work.
Yeah, because like I think about the future for myself. Like if I am working in a place that I don't enjoy, then that's just gonna be my life. Like it's gonna be boring, it's gonna be dull.
Yeah.
Just make sure to find ways to make your life colorful, I suppose.
Period. I love that. And like that's something I'm navigating right now as well, to make life more colorful, because so it doesn't feel like it's just a repetition of your day, you know. Wake up,
Exactly.
work, go home, and then repeat.
Exactly.
So to find some side hustle, side quests, and then make life yours, you know.
Yours.
Period. And I guess just the last question, what do you hope life looks like for us in 5 years?
Our friendship.
Yeah, or just like in general.
Us. I hope that you get married.
This girl.
So that I can see your children.
Yeah.
I guess I would like us to find love eventually.
For sure. Yeah.
Because I feel like we're just getting comfortable right now. But I mean, it's not a priority. But I would love to see us find love. I want to see that side of us.
I know. I feel like that's something we haven't, like that's a season or a phase we haven't shared yet. But I think that would be a really, like, it would be fun to see us in that like side of things, like to be a girlfriend, to be a wife.
Exactly. What else? Yeah, I want us to be able to fulfill our dreams. Yeah.
That's good. I would say the same, but I think the main thing for me is I would still love for us to be as close and to have a relationship.
That's a given.
Yeah, I know. But like,
that's why I didn't brought it up.
Yeah, and I would love for us to still have the relationship and the friendship that we have now, for it to be like just for you to still be one of the people that I can come to whenever I need to talk, or just just to have someone there. And I pray for us to have all our dreams come true in the next 5 years, or within that 5 years. So, yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
That's an ending.
Girl, all I had was water.
So we're gonna have lunch now. But thank you so much for coming
Yes,
and being the
ma'am.
first guest to Say More podcast. So I'll have more.
So y'all, if she gets famous, it started with me.
So hopefully I'll have more guests to come and more of this little yap session from your certified yapper. And yeah, so thank you so much for giving me your time today, Miss Clara Bell.
Of course.
And yeah, like, subscribe, and comment down below to see what topics you'd like to see. But thanks so much for watching.
Bye.